morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Playtime. This is kind of daily collage practice as it says, but it's also my picker-upper and waker-upper for the week ahead. I have lots of things to do in art this week that I have planned, and I hope that it's not the best laid plans of mice and men, because I think I'm going to take the plunge into making myself a journal, but that's a little bit down the road. So today I'm going to be working on 3 spreads, and for this spread I have pulled these pieces. I've tried to keep the color working together here. And I want to remember that we're working on the less is more theory here. Which is a good one as a pick-me-up to start the week. So, I'm off to the races. I'm going to get these collage pieces down rather quickly, because the point of this exercise is not to obsess. And I'm going to be using my Elmer's Extreme for a change. There we go. So, this one first. And I think I'll chat with you while I'm gluing down my bits here. I have finally decided that I'm going to succumb, whoopsie daisy, that I'm going to succumb to the urge to make a junk journal, and I'm going to. I've been watching quite a few experts work on theirs, and I really have an unconquerable urge to get involved with layers and bits, and just generally having fun with pockets and tuck spots and all of the other things that I have tried to stay away from, but I'm afraid, particularly thanks to Linda Israel, I'm pushed over the edge. I just absolutely, oh, my initial, yes, this was an old piece of my artwork that I cut up. I'm pushed over the edge with a desire to do that kind of art. So I'm thinking that this is the week, and I've always been one that when in doubt about something, jump off the deep end, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And I will probably share some of the, I will probably share the plunge with you, and I hope that you will enjoy my take on the process. I have been thinking of a way to make covers And I think I'm pretty set on how I'm going to do that. And I'm also thinking of, I'm going to get back to my posy making, and I think I'm going to try my hand at making some of these covers that I have in mind, and probably sharing them in my Etsy shop. There won't be a lot of them, and they won't be all done all the time, but I'm thinking that since I do like to share, that would be one way of doing it. And it would be fun for me. I do like to experiment on ideas that I get. So, one spread done. We're off to the races. This next one, maybe here, and whoops. How did I let that get by? And here. Maybe and here. This one was particular fun picking the bits. I just had to have this rose hip. So that one is going to go right there. There we go. Yes. And this one. It's rather a heavy piece. And as you'll notice, I'm not allowing myself the luxury of overthinking. That way, Carol. Really, it helps if you look at the piece of collage. It really does. I think I'm liking this Elmer's Extreme. And this one. Try not to have too many collage bits per page. Because I've picked each one of them with some care, and I don't want them to hide each other. There is just so much fun going through your collage scrap file. It's It's a joy in itself to find little bits and say, aha, look what I found. All by yourself in your studio. Talking to yourself is absolutely necessary for the maintenance of art sanity. All right, number 2. And last but not least, I'm going to be getting to the end of this journal pretty soon. And I'm going to be doing a big ta-da. Oh my goodness. I couldn't make up my mind here at all. Well, where are we, Carol? There, maybe, and maybe not. There. Yes. Stop thinking, Carol. Columbine. The story of Columbine. Pretty flowers. Some people think they're weeds, but they're very pretty weeds. And almost this piece of collage was from an abstract, and I have been using it over and over again lately because it seems to contain all of the colors that I could possibly want. Now, yes. I hope that I have not taken up too much of your precious time, but I know that many of you asked to watch the thought process of applying collage, so there it was. 3 done. 2 going back in the stash. And I'm going to clean up here a little bit, and I'll be back, and we'll go to the next step. Back here. Alrighty, I'm off to the races again. Ceramic coat stone wedge green, because of the bit of green here. I think just a little bit will do. Some Laguna blue just to pick out that color. Again, just a tiny smidge. And Americana Mississippi Mud. I don't only like this color very much, I like the name. Alrighty. And I've limited myself also to not too terribly many stencils. Let's do a little mud pie here. And just the littlest bit. Where is the collage? There you are. There you are. And I'm not going to clean the sponge. Let me see. I think this one over here. I'm not going to clean the sponge. I'm just going to pop on some color right here. And I have to carry this color to this page, so maybe a little more of it over here, kind of wrapped around the edge of that piece of collage. And right up here. And now some green. Some of my very much loved green. And some down here. And maybe I'll clean up here with a little bit of this. And a little bit here. And some over there. Mission accomplished. Now, I'm also limiting myself to these Stettler markers. Let's see what... better take out my paper pad to make sure that the color situation isn't terrible. Alrighty. Alright, this will work. And I think around this one. And let's see what... Oh yes, oh yes, yes, yes. Need a little bit more. Need a little bit more of a brown statement here. corner of this one. And the corner of that one. Shall I do anything else? I think I'll do a little bit of journaling. And over here. And I'm going to put a little bit of Stays-On around the edge, and we'll be moving on. After I do this, I will be returned. Now this spread is going to get some Tropic Bay Blue to bring out these colors, and some of that. Some of this pink here and here and here. And I picked a bright one, a pretty pink, and cardinal red. So I'm going to begin with some of these smaller stencil bits that I've picked, and work with some of the lighter ones first, because that red is going to definitely make a statement here. And let's see, this one is pretty much, I'm going to surround this with bubbles. And of course, one other spot. Maybe in here. There. And now some some pink, not too much. Ready? And a little bit more. Here. Let me run it off the page. Not quite, but almost. And here for some red. And isn't this going to make a statement? Oh, yes. Over on this side. And just a little tiny bit along here. And maybe just the tiniest bit here and there with a very dry sponge this time. Four and five. Alrighty now. I think yes. I'm thinking yes. A little bit lighter. I'm not thinking I'm going to get away without some red here. This is an orangey red and an orangey red there, so let's try that red. I think red, that would be red-orange in my color vocabulary. Not too much. Not too much. Let's see, does that need, that needs needs a little bit of black, but I think I'll use the fine point on this. Yes. Well, that's not black, that's indigo. How nice. better than black. Matches the dark blue here and some there. What a happy bit of luck that was, and a happy accident. And one around here. And just going to make these a little heavier. Yeah, that's better. And over here, something about making the tips of doodles a little stronger makes them more, let's say, valid. Now, yes, I think I'll do a little doodling about red, because I'm not one to use it very often, but this has been fun. Now let's see where we are there. Yes, last but not least, now I'm going to work on this one, and I believe I'm going to have some OJ back to this Laguna Blue, a little bright green, and since I'm planning on doing something a little bit different with this, I'm going to do that part. I'm going to put the stencils down, and then I'll be back for the last hurrah. As you can see, I have decided to open a view from one to the next. So I cut this one first from here. And now I'm going to cut this last one so that we can see the back one. Okay. And you'll notice, for safety's sake, I have a metal ruler. My husband saw me cutting with plastic, and I think he gave me up for supremely silly to do such a thing, so he donated this to my fingers. Now I'm pressing rather hard here because we have 2 sheets of the notebook paper glued together and then all the collage. Alrighty. Let's see what happens, if anything. Oh my, 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 my. The first one wasn't this easy. Bingo. Here's our second piece. And let's see if it worked. Yes, it did. It's a smidgen off, but works for me. Alrighty, now I'm just wondering if some clear tape, good old-fashioned Scotch tape, might let me open and close this. Why did I think I have to? I have no idea. But right. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Not. It's not going to let me see through the pages. Have a little bit of sense about yourself, Carol. There we go. I do hope that you have enjoyed watching this playtime. Doesn't that work nicely together? A little bit of serendipitous fun for art. And last So, please do consider giving me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this experiment. Leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now. An addendum. I finally hit me how I could use these little bits I could not stand to not have them someplace. So I had a brainstorm, another one of my storms of the brain. And so, yes, either here, or here, or whatever. Bye again.